This is how to Hearts of Iron 4 in 5 minutes or less. When you first select a new single player game, you will be forced to select a scenario. Most players pick 1936 as it allows for more creativity compared to 1939. Next is selecting a country. Countries shown here are interesting countries, as the countries shown here have their own focus trees and their own unique decisions. You can also play as other uninteresting countries if you click on other countries, where you can click on a country on the map to play as. Most countries here will have their own preset focus tree. For the sake of this playthrough, I'll be playing as Germany. You can imagine focuses as decisions that decide the direction of your country. Clicking on Q will bring you to the political screen, where you can change laws for economy and manpower, hire staff or increase. Pressing Shift plus Q will bring you to the decision screen, where you can make changes to your nation with the use of political power. Pressing W will bring up the research screen, where you can research things to make things more efficient. Pressing E will bring you to the diplomacy screen, where you can see things of other countries, assuming your intel is high enough. Pressing R will bring up the trade screen, trade civilian factories for resources. Pressing T will bring up the construction screen, use civilian factories to build more buildings. Pressing Y will bring up the production screen. Use military factories and dockyards to make more equipment for your military. The higher it is on the list, the faster and greater it will produce. Pressing U will bring up the recruit and deploy screen. Train and deploy troops, edit what your land army uses, and put a focus on your weapons to certain sectors. Pressing I will bring up logistics screen. See how many items your army and air force has and needs/uses. Pressing Shift plus E will bring up the officer corps screen. Assign military staff and use doctrines to make your military better in certain places. Justify on a country or use focus tree decisions to go to war, and would you look at that? Highlight non-assigned divisions to assign them to an army. Put them to a front line, make an offensive line, and press the arrow to execute. Click on units and right-click it to guide them to certain areas. Ultimately, it's pretty much impossible to explain something like this in 5 minutes or less without missing something essential. Like, I wasn't able to cover how Air Force, Navy, and Supply works, and on top of that, a lot of these things were very oversimplified. Added with the fact that a lot of these things could change with the DLC, such as Navy with Man the Guns, or whole agency mechanic with La Resistance. Yeah, this isn't a very in-depth tutorial. Ultimately, though, I still hope this helped, and hope you have a good time playing.